Good morning, darlings. I don't know why I choose to make these videos really early in the morning or really late at night. It just must be Spirit's time to just pick and pick and pick and say, you need to talk about this and get it out of my brain. So I wanted to make this video because I wanted to hear your thoughts about your spirit guide and your spirit animal being one and the same, because I feel that is my case. So I'm gonna just take a sip of my coffee because I haven't yet. So cue the music. Can you sit still for like 2 minutes? This is Odin, Mr. Odin. Maybe I'll give him a treat and he'll sit still. But anyway, he is not the spirit animal I was talking about, but he is my buddy, and I know the rest of us have felt strong connections with our pets. Here we go, flashback. And a coffee. I'm still in high school and I'm dating a guy, and he lives on a farm, so there's lots of barn cats around, and I make friends with this cat and I call it Magpie, and a few weeks later, unfortunately, it died. And I was really sad. I'm broken up, and my aunt saw this, so she had a friend who was moving, and she was gonna leave this cat at their trailer to just fend for itself. So my aunt took me to the trailer and wanted me to have this little cat. It must have been 2 years old, and its name that they had given him was Dee, and so we had to change that right away. And I could not, for the life of me, for the longest time, think of a good name for her. And then I picked the name Schatzi, which in German means sweetheart, because my aunt would always call my uncle Schatzi. So this is how Schatzi came to be. And I always made the joke that Schatzi was with me through 3 moves, 4 boyfriends, and a mess of other things. So our connection, and I'm sure you viewers have this connection too with your animals. She was just my best friend, and every time I had a bad day, come home, and there she was, and she was just my little ball of sunshine. And as I've said, I'm from Pennsylvania, and Schatzi wasn't always an outdoor cat there. And once moving to California, we had to keep her inside because we were near a close, busy street. So now, when I moved to this particular house, we have lots of land. So I would let her go out during the day, and she'd come right back every 20 minutes, like clockwork. She would come and she'd stay right here in our little circle. We would never let her out at night because we do have a coyote problem and just other predators. So, life happens, and on the last Sunday of November 2014, she didn't come home. And I knew something was wrong. That morning, she came up to me in bed, and I put her on my chest and snuggled her and let her outside. And then I just had this feeling something wasn't right. I kept saying to my partner, like, I need to go look for Schatzi because I don't know what's going on, but I can't. It doesn't feel good. And he said, give her a little time. She'll be back around. Sometimes just cats need their space. And I was digging that, but by the time it hit an hour, I was like freaking out. So I had walked all through my neighborhood back here, and she was nowhere to be seen. And even to this day, where this is 3 months later, it's like getting me all worked up. So she disappeared on that Sunday, and then the following Sunday, my grandmother passed away. So, the universe is not that lazy for things such as coincidences, I believe. But the day that Schatzi didn't come home, I don't think I've ever felt such pain and loss. And I can't compare that to the loss of, the child that you've carried with you for 9 months or anything like that. But she definitely was my world here. She was my only connection to my life back in Pennsylvania, and she was with me through it all. And needless to say, I was a mess for that whole week, and I did not know how to cope, and I just I couldn't handle it. And I told my partner, I have never ever felt anything like this. My whole thought process was, I either need to find her, or I need to I need to cope with the fact that she is not coming home. So, something had to happen. I had put flyers up. I had gone to the Humane Society. I had called, animal control, see if they picked anything up. And there was nothing. Saturday rolls around, and I don't know what else to do. I asked my partner, could we go to the Humane Society so I can just be amongst that energy, that feline energy. So he agrees, and he's totally all about it, and we go. You probably know where this story is headed. Immediately, I just fall in love with this little black fluff fur. And the ironic thing is, Odin's original name was the name of my ex-husband, who I'm currently divorcing. So it was a sign. And I said, I have to take him home. And I got him that day. And I don't know why. It had not even been a week, but somewhere in my heart, I had already known that Schatzi wasn't coming home. So I got Odin on a Saturday, and then the next day was when my grandmother passed away. How crazy and messed up is that? A month passes and still nothing. I'm still looking for her, but every thought in my head says the minute you stop looking for her is when she'll come home. And then whether that's stop looking out the window or just stop hanging on to this feeling. So I had to do something. And the answers that I got were just mind-blowing. This is still so powerful for me, and I'm really trying to hold it together, so bear with me. I'm an ugly crier. So here's the information that I received. Schatzi and I had what's called a soul contract in the not in this world. So before I was born, Schatzi was signed up to be my guide. And Schatzi was a very old soul, and she had come back many, 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 many times. So when she came back for me during my life, she didn't necessarily need to learn anything else. She was here just being my support and my guide. And as I said, she was just with me through all of my moves, all of my boyfriends, and basically her lesson to me was grow up. And once I got my shit together, once I moved here, and once I found the man that I'm head over heels for, she knew it was her time to basically walk off into the sunset. And her message to me was that she was sorry that she had left and caused me the pain that she did. But she knew that I would be just fine. Now she is teaching me from the other side. And whenever I say spirit is giving me a thought, that was for sure her talking, needing her message to be sent. So I felt that it was her little paw nudge getting me to go to the Humane Society, not even a week after she disappeared, and find Odin. I know for a fact that Schatzi has greeted my grandmother on the other side. And I'm just so grateful, and it's still heavy on my heart because I do miss her. And I would like to know if any of you feel that your pets who have crossed over were your spirit animal or your spirit guide, because I definitely think mine are one and the same, and I know Schatzi is proud of me for giving my care and my love to another soul and creature that needs it, and I couldn't thank her enough. Also, do you think that animal spirit and human spirit end up in the same place? That's another topic that I feel strongly that yes, animals have a soul. There's absolutely no way to sway my mind after having Schatzi in my life. So, please leave questions, comments. Let me take a drink of coffee so I can calm myself. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and blessed be, and I will talk to you later. Bye.